Life is about relationships, and our ultimate relationship is our relationship with God. But the male-female relationship is a close second. And the reason is because we view it as a paradigm for our relationship with God. That is, to whatever degree I can experience and understand what love of another human being is, to that degree I can transfer that experience and understand what love of God is. And that's why it is so important for us to be able to attain a genuine spiritual connection with another person. And I believe that, as I explained throughout my book, Hands Off, This May Be Love, that not getting physical allows us to build this deeper bond that then enables us to understand what love really is meant to be. Hi, my name is Gila Mandelson. I'm talking to you from Jerusalem, and I am the author of a new book called Hands Off, This May Be Love. And I want to tell you a little bit about myself and how I came to write this book. I come from a very secular home in America. I went to college, lived on a college campus. It was Yale University. And after graduating and working a bit, I went traveling through Europe and ended up in Israel, which is where I am now. And it's very hard to visit Israel without bumping into at least one very traditional religion. And I very quickly bumped into Judaism. Somebody invited me to attend an ultra-Orthodox wedding. So I thought, great, this will be a great sociological experience, see what these ultra-Orthodox Jews do. I put on a skirt and I got escorted into this wedding hall. And right away, I saw the bride in a Victorian wedding dress, much more modest than I was accustomed to. And I was struck by her. She was my age. I was then 22. But for a 22-year-old woman, she just looked so pure and innocent, which wasn't something I was so used to. And I commented on this to the woman who brought me to the wedding, and she said to me, kind of cautiously, knowing that I didn't know much about Judaism yet, maybe the bride looks pure and innocent because she is. And then she proceeded to tell me that not only had this woman not had premarital sex, either with her husband-to-be or with any other man, but in fact, she hadn't had premarital anything, meaning that she had never so much as touched a guy, and she was getting married. And my jaw dropped open, and I spent the entire wedding staring at this woman thinking, oh my gosh, how can you do this? Are you nuts? But at the same time that I was really, really freaked out, I was also very intrigued. Because as I said, I had just recently been on a college campus. The kids on the college campus were doing a lot of touching, okay? But I didn't see that wonderful, long-lasting, spiritually fulfilling relationships were emerging from all of this campus fun. As a matter of fact, I saw people with a lot of bad experiences, unwanted memories, people who felt hurt, used. And here I am in Jerusalem, exposed for the first time to this radically different approach to dating. And I'm meeting other people, by the way, at this wedding, who were dating like this currently, or who had dated like this, were planning on dating like this. And what really shocked me was that probably most of them were not raised with this ethic. They had actually chosen it as adults after the same secular life that I had experienced. So I said, I have to get down to the bottom of this. I'm going to stay 1 week in this country, which turned into a quite longer period of time, and I'm going to figure out what is going on here on this male-female scene. The more I looked into it, the more I was taken aback by the amount of common sense that exists in traditional religious wisdom about male-female relationships. And I began to understand that this not touching stuff was not coming from some prudish or Puritan place, but rather it was coming from a deep and abiding respect for another person, the feeling that I want to get to know you for who you are, and that physicality is likely to interfere with that, not promote it. And by refraining from getting physical, we can build a genuine spiritual bond that will underlie our relationship in the future if we are to get married. So I have written this book called Hands Off, This May Be Love, to try and explain to the general public what's going on here behind this idea. Forget about any specific religion. I believe there's universal practical wisdom in the idea of refraining from getting physical. I believe it might actually be a large part of the key to society's ills today in the realm of relationships. And I'd like to see this idea get out there. My book is based upon ancient biblical wisdom, and I believe this wisdom is as valid and as relevant today as it ever has been, if not more.